Good afternoon, Seekonk families, and welcome to Pod Swimming here in East Providence, Rhode Island for this afternoon's meet with your Seekonk High Warriors. As always, I am your host, Jeremy Abreu. I'll bring you through the festivities here today. Little loud pool environment here right now. They got the music going for the warm-ups, which is what you see right now. Kids just got in the pool probably about 5 or 6 minutes ago, so it was a late arriving bus apparently from the high school. Meet scheduled to start at 2:30. We'll see if that happens, which that is in about 8 minutes from now. I will do a quick check. I know we have some folks already out there. If you could jump into the live chat, let me know that you can hear me okay. You can see the video good. That would be spectacular here. So I'm typically given a sheet which has a little more information. I am not sure who Seekonk is swimming against here this afternoon. Okay, I do have that information. I apologize. Seekonk High will be going up against Norwell today. So Seekonk High School versus Norwell High School will be your matchup here this afternoon. And before I go into the events and the swimmers, I just would appreciate somebody jumping into the live stream to let me know that audio is good, video is also good. So once we get that confirmation from someone out there, we'll run through the events of the day. Once again, this is the live view of your Seekonk High Warriors going through their warm-ups here this afternoon here at Pod Swimming in East Providence, Rhode Island. All right, we have my beautiful wife and daughter checking in, saying it's good. Kristen Cartwright, Mark Tadros, excellent. Fantastic, folks. So once again, we will be combining all of the boys and girls heats this afternoon. It's the same order of events that we've had for the past couple weeks, but just in case you don't remember, because I certainly wouldn't remember, here's what today is going to look like from the females, from the girls, the females. Gosh, what am I saying? All right, so the first event, the 200-yard medley relay. There will be two teams. First team will be made up of Addison Abreu, Jayla Pina, Corinne Cartwright, and Hannah Baldassi. Second team will be Caroline Turen, Emily Seals, Abby Ricard, and Hannah Tadros. In the 200-yard freestyle will be Corinne Cartwright, Abby Ricard, and Hannah Tadros. 200 IM will be Jayla Pina, Ella Girardi, and Issy Patterson. 50 free will feature Addison Abreu, Grace Baldassi, and Emily Seals. The 100 butterfly will be Corinne Cartwright and Abby Ricard. The 100 freestyle will have Hannah Baldassi, Caroline Turen, and Hannah Tadros. The 500 today, so swimming the 500 free today will be Ella Girardi and Grace Baldassi. The 200 free relay will feature a team of Abby Ricard, Hannah Tadros, Emily Seals, and Ella Girardi. The 100 back will feature Addison Abreu and Hannah Baldassi. The 100 breaststroke will feature Jayla Pina, Caroline Turen, Emily Seals. And we'll finish off with the 400-yard freestyle relay. Once again, there will be two entrants here. First team will be Corinne Cartwright, Hannah Baldassi, Jayla Pina, and Addison Abreu. The second team will be made up of Abby Ricard, Grace Baldassi, Caroline Turen, and Ella Girardi. So those are the girls' entrants. Let me bring you up to speed with the boys. Obviously, we don't have as many boys on the team as girls, so not as much to go through here. Starting off, though, for the 200 medley relay will be Sawyer Mello, Chris Strykars, Nick Yang, and Noah Tadros. 200 freestyle will be Nick Yang and Noah Tadros. 200 IM will be Chris Strykars. 50 freestyle will be Colin Amaral. The 100-yard butterfly will be Sawyer Mello. The 100 free will be Noah Tadros and Colin Amaral. Swimming the 500 free from the boys' side will be Nick Yang. The 200-yard freestyle relay will be made up of Sawyer Mello, Chris Strykars, Colin Amaral, and Nick Yang. The 100 backstroke will be Sawyer Mello. The 100 breaststroke will be Chris Strykars, and there is no boys entry for the 400-yard freestyle relay. So because of the fact that we will be combining both the boys and the girls heats today, we should have a fairly quick swim meet like we've had for the past few weeks here, typically getting done in about an hour's worth of time here. So just want to give a thank you to our timers here today. So I'll try and get a little tighter here. So we have John from Pods who's going to be assisting with the timing. We have Ken Cartwright. We have Tony Gugliotta, who is a faculty member at Seekonk High School. And we do have another timer, not really sure who that is, in the pink shirt on the far side here. But once again, thank you to all of the timers for helping out here. Again, bringing you in on the action here. Warm-ups going on right now. Kids probably got in the pool about 9 or 10 minutes ago. So we are pushing our 2:30 start time in that it's 2:28 right now, but needless to say, we will be getting started very shortly here from Pods in East Providence, Rhode Island. So we've had some great performances so far this year. It has been talked about ad nauseum how difficult COVID has been, not only from a worldwide basis, but really with our swimmers and athletes. And despite that, your Seekonk High Warriors have had a great season so far in the pool, and a very unusual season as well, with many times swimming in a race, in a sanctioned event by themselves, with nobody else in the pool with them at the same time. So we've talked about how that can be such a difficult thing, and really all of these kids from Seekonk have done a great job with that so far this year. So for those just joining, welcome to Pods here in East Providence, Rhode Island for this afternoon swim meet between your Seekonk High Warriors and Norwell High School. Once again, this is a virtual meet, so your Warrior times and the swimmers from Norwell High School will be matched up at some point after the fact here, and we will determine the winner from that standpoint. Yeah, so it looks like the swimmers are starting to get out, maybe to do some practice starts on the blocks. Once again, start time was supposed to be 2:30. Going to be a little late here. I'd anticipate probably a 2:40 start on this cold, gloomy Friday here in East Providence, Rhode Island. But it is Super Bowl Sunday coming up, so I'm sure everyone's Super Bowl is going to look a lot different than it typically does. I know for us it definitely will. We usually go to some friends of ours' house for the past probably like 10 or 12 years now, and we'll be watching at home like many of you will. But I'd love to hear, while we got some downtime here, who's going to win the Super Bowl, folks? I can tell you myself, I am definitely rooting for the Buccaneers. Would love to see Tom Brady get another ring. I think it's going to be a really good game, but who do you have? So love to hear from you in the live chat while we have a little bit of time to kill here. Or maybe we don't have a lot of time to kill here, because it looks like Coach Cameron is barking out some last-minute assignments. So we're going to be getting ready to go here. So this is going to be a quick transition. This is the 200-yard medley relay on the girls' side. Addison Abreu will be leading off the team of Abreu, Pina, Cartwright, and Baldassi. Caroline Terren will be leading off her team of Terren, Seals, Ricard, and Tadros. And Sawyer Mello from the boys' side will be leading off on the team of Mello, Strykars, Yang, and Tadros. So the officials are giving some last-minute instructions to the timers here today, and we're just about ready to get going here. So only about a 3-minute delay when all is said and done on our original start time here. So once again, for the orientation of the pool here at Pods, lane 1 is furthest from the camera position. Lane 6 is closest. You have Abreu in lane 2. Turan in lane 3. Mello in lane 6. Swimmers are in the water, and we are ready to go for your first event of the day. This is the 200-yard medley relay. And they are off. So Abreu in lane 2. Turan in lane 3. Mello in lane 5. And it's going to be lane 2. Abreu getting to the wall first, making her turn, followed by Mello in 5. Turan in lane 3 here. So Abreu will hand it off to Jayla Pina, who is in the water. Jayla will swim the second leg of the 200 free relay, which is the breaststroke. You see the transition from Mello to Strykars, and from Turan to Emily Seals, who looks like she lost her goggles in lane 3. So no goggles for Seals in lane 3. You see Pina in lane 2. She's going to hand it off to Cartwright here. Cartwright is in the water for the butterfly portion of the event. This relay team in lane 2, extremely fast and talented team. Last year they were 3 out of these 4 swimmers were part of the relay that broke a Seekonk high school record. So Cartwright has handed it off to Hannah Baldassi in lane 2. She will bring it home from a freestyle perspective. Noah Tadros in lane 5 from the boys is in the water for the freestyle. And in lane 3, you see Abby Ricard finishing up the butterfly. She'll hand it off to Hannah Tadros, who's in the water now. And she'll finish up for the freestyle. So lightning warfare here going on at Pods in East Providence, Rhode Island. Once again, folks, lane 6 will mostly be used this afternoon as a warm down or a cool down lane. So if you see swimmers in that lane, as you do right now, it's just being used as a warm down. As you see in lane 3, Hannah Tadros lost her goggles. So lane 3 has not had good luck this afternoon with goggles. First it was Seals, now Tadros loses her goggles. She'll persevere, she hits the wall here. We'll wrap up the first event of the day, which is the 200-yard medley relay. So great job by all of the swimmers there. That'll bring us to the 200-yard freestyle. From the boys' side, we will have Nick Yang and Noah Tadros. So Noah swimming back-to-back events. On the girls' side, it will be Corinne Cartwright, Abby Ricard, and Hannah Tadros. So quite a few kids here on this small Seekonk team who will swim both events, both of the first 2 events back-to-back. Not a lot of rest for the weary here today.
Walk back down. You're up in lane 4.
So Cartwright will be in lane 2. Ricard will be in lane 3. Tadros will be in lane 1. Nick Yang will be in lane 5. And Noah Tadros will be in lane 4. It looks like we're waiting on Tadros. He's making his way back to the starting blocks, and we will be underway momentarily here in your second event of the afternoon, which is the 200-yard freestyle. Okay, so it looks like officials, or the official, he's ready. He's making his way over to the starter. He All right. Swimmers are up. So you probably can't notice this at home, but it looks like this is my first experience of seeing the official use one of the electronic whistles, which have become very popular during these COVID times. Not as loud as the typical whistle, for sure, but still able to be heard. So after your first 50, it's going to be Cartwright in lane 5. In lane 2, your leader, excuse me. Nick Yang closely following behind Cartwright. He's in lane 5 for this 200 freestyle. So we have a pool full of Seekonk swimmers here for this event. 5 lanes being used, but again, it is Cartwright in lane 2. Out to a pretty commanding lead here. Probably a 6 to 8 second lead on the next closest, who's going to be Noah Tadros in lane 5. As you see Abby Ricard approaching the wall in lane 3. Nick Yang in lane 4. Excuse me, Noah Tadros in lane 4. We have Nick Yang in lane 5. Trying to manage 2 heat sheets here, folks, and not doing a good job of that, so I apologize. So it's going to be Cartwright leading the way still. She's in lane 2. Nick Yang is in lane 5. So Nick is going to be your second place swimmer here. He's in lane 5. Noah Tadros is in lane 4. As you watch Cartwright put the finishing touches on her 200 free. So Corinne Cartwright will be a winner. In lane 2, you see Abby Ricard. In lane 3, we have Hannah Tadros at the top of your screen. In lane 1, so Yang is finished up in lane 5. Ricard will be the next to finish here in lane 3. So Cartwright, Yang, and Ricard are your top 3 finishers here in the 200 yard freestyle. Live from Pod Swimming here in East Providence, Rhode Island. And we're going to bring it over to lane 1. This is Hannah Tadros. She's in the 200 yard freestyle. She's at the top of your screen, finishing up here. So great job by Hannah and her teammates here in closing out this 200 yard freestyle. So we're going to move on to the 2IM, which will feature in lane 1, Issy Patterson. In lane 2, Jay Lapina. In lane 3, Ella Girardi. And in lane 5 will be Chris Strykars. It looks like these swimmers are going to do a quick 25 cool down. We've talked about the importance of being able to cool down after swimming, flush that lactic acid out of their muscles before the next race, but in a condensed schedule like this, we haven't had a lot of time to do that. So once again, we're going to move into the 2IM. Patterson in 1, Pina in 2, Girardi in 3, Strykars in lane 5. Those are your swimmers here. So I see Strykars is ready to go. As is Girardi. Hey, Coach, who's in lane 1? Is that Emily Seals? Because this says Isa Patterson. Izzy. So no Izzy. Who is Izzy? I've never seen that.
Graduated last year, so I think Ryan got to do that.
Okay, folks, a little confusion there. Sorry about that. The heat sheet here was referencing a swimmer that is not on the Seekonk team. So, bringing you back to live action, you see in lane 2, Pina in lane 5. Strikers here leading the way in the 200 IM. They have both transitioned over to backstroke here. Never a dull moment at the Pods pool. You see Ella Girardi in the middle of your pool. She's in lane 3. She's transitioned over to the backstroke as well. But it is Jayla Pina leading the way in lane 2. Strikers in lane 5. Both swimmers will transition now over to breaststroke. This is a stroke in which Jayla Pina excels at. So she's in lane 2. Girardi will touch the wall and transition from backstroke over to breaststroke. So Pina's already hit the wall. She's on her way back, as is Strikers. Pina will make that transition over to freestyle here to close out this 2IM. So Pina at the top of your screen in lane 2. Strikers in lane 5 here. Ella Girardi in lane 3. She's bringing it home with the breaststroke and will transition over to freestyle very shortly. As you watch in lane 2, though, it's going to be Jayla Pina blazing through the water here in lane 2. She will be a winner of the 2IM here today from the girls' side. Chris Strikers will finish next. He's in lane 5. Your lone boys participant here. We're going to finish up here with Ella Girardi. She's in lane 3. So seems to be a lot of confusion here at the pool today as you watch Ella Girardi finish up. Great job by Ella in lane 3. And that will be a wrap. And Kristen Cartwright, you are correct. Izzy Patterson did graduate. So I'm not sure why she's listed on my sheet here this afternoon, but you know, we went with it. We're going to move over to the 50 free. Lane 1 will be Emily Seals. Lane 2, Addison Abreu. Lane 3, Grace Baldassi. And in lane 5, you will have Colin Emerald. Free, always the quickest race of the afternoon. A very exciting race. So it's going to be Addison Abreu in lane 2. She'll take the top spot here. Baldassi in lane 3 next. Followed by Amaral in 5. And rounding out will be Emily Seals in lane 1. So, all right, folks, so we're all ready. We're 15 minutes in. It looks like we're taking a quick 5-minute break. So I'm going to use this break in the action to go get a pen, which I don't have, and to try and get some confusion resolved on this heat sheet. So bear with us, folks. We have a quick 5-minute break in the action here. We will be right back. Okay, we are back here at Pods. Right now we're in a little bit of a break here, doing a 5-minute break. In the action here, your next event is going to be the 100-yard butterfly. Your swimmers will be Mello in 5, Cartwright in 2. Once again, my great heat sheet has Abby Ricard in lane 3 and in lane 1. So it looks like Abby's swimming this twice. Abby, we're going to say she's going to be in 3. That's what we're going to go with. So I'll certainly let you know when the race starts. But you're going to have Cartwright into Ricard, we think in lane 3. Could be lane 1. And Sawyer Mello will be in lane 5 for the 100-yard butterfly, which will be our next race here this afternoon at Pods. Once again, this is Mass South Coast Conference swimming action here this afternoon between your Seekonk High Warriors and Norwell High School. I do not know the mascot or the nickname for Norwell High School, so if anyone has that, you want to drop it in the live chat, that would be great. But I don't have that handy right now. So, looks like we're ready to resume action. Again, this is the 100 fly. Cartwright in 2, Mello in 5, and Ricard in lane 3. So I was right there. So Cartwright, Ricard, and Mello here in the 100 fly. Doesn't look like our official is ready quite yet. We have our timers ready. Our swimmers are at the blocks. All right, the electronic whistle has sounded. This is the 100 butterfly. So you'll have Cartwright in 2, Ricard in 3, Mello in lane 5. Good start by Cartwright there in lane 2. So she'll be first to touch the wall after the first 25, followed by Mello in lane 5 and Ricard in lane 3. And at the 50-yard mark, it will be Corinne Cartwright who touches the wall first. She'll be followed by Mello once again in 5, Ricard in lane 3. So Cartwright, Mello, Ricard seems to be the order here. Cartwright will hit the wall, make the turn for home here. It will be Corinne Cartwright in lane 2, your 100-yard butterfly winner here this afternoon at Pods. Ricard has closed the gap a little bit on Mello, but I think Sawyer is going to pull it off here as both swimmers hit the flags. It will be Sawyer Mello in lane 5, edging out Ricard by about a half a second there. So good comeback there by Ricard, who swam a very strong second half of that 100 butterfly. Now we'll move over to the 100-yard freestyle. We'll have Hannah Baldassi in lane 2, Caroline Turen in lane 3, Hannah Tadros in lane 1, Noah Tadros in lane 5, and Colin Emerald in lane 4. So we have a Tadros v. Tadros matchup here in the 100 free. So Tadros in 1, Baldassi in 2, Turen in 3, Emerald in 4, Tadros in 5. This is going to be your 100-yard freestyle. So once again, we have lane 1 at the top of the screen, folks. Lane 6 is closest to the camera position. Lane 6 basically being used as a warm-down lane here this afternoon. It is Hannah Baldassi in lane 2. She was the first to touch here as she closes in on her first 50, and it will be Baldassi in lane 2 leading the way, followed by Turen in lane 3. So Baldassi in 2, Turen in lane 3. They're your leaders right now. Pretty significant lead on the field here. Baldassi is coming home here, so it will be Hannah Baldassi in lane 2. She will take first place here in the 100-yard freestyle, so great job by Hannah. She'll be followed by Caroline Turen in lane 3. Noah Tadros in lane 5 and Colin Amaral in lane 4 will be right behind, and we will have Hannah Tadros in lane 1 finishing up here as well. So great job by all of the swimmers there in the 100 free. We're going to move on to our longest race of the afternoon. This will be the 500 free. So it looks like these swimmers will be given a quick opportunity to warm. Okay, nope, they're going to make their way over to lane 6. I will have to admit, there's a little bit of confusion here this afternoon here at Pods, but nevertheless, we persevere. This is the 500 free, so Ella Girardi will be in lane 2. Grace Baldassi in lane 3. And Nick Yang will be in 5. So Girardi, Baldassi, and Yang in that order, lanes 2, 3, and 5 here for your 500-yard freestyle. So I know we have a small audience here this afternoon, but I don't see any responses here. So who are we rooting for in the Super Bowl here, Seekonk families? I gave you my pick. I'm rooting for Tampa Bay and Tom Brady all the way, but who are you rooting for? Love to get your feedback here in the live chat. So it's Yang, Girardi, and Baldassi, all very close here. After the first 50. We also have a photographer in the building today. It looks like from Life Touch, taking some action shots and potentially a team picture at some point of your Seekonk High Warriors. As we move along, it is Nick Yang in lane 5. Finishing up his 5th lap. Girardi in lane 2, Baldassi in lane 3. As well here in the 500 freestyle from Pods Swimming here in East Providence, Rhode Island. All right, we got some responses here, and they're not surprisingly all lined up on Tampa Bay. I agree. I agree with Mark. How do you root against the GOAT? You can't, for sure. I personally did not love the way that the Patriots treated Tom pretty much throughout his career in New England. When you look at it from a compensation perspective, the guy through his entire career in New England was an arguably top, 1, 2, 3 quarterback in the league, yet was paid as like the 20th highest paid QB. And to Tom's credit, wasn't a lot of complaining. Went out there and did his job and did it well. And I think he deserved a little bit better at the end there. As a diehard Patriots fan, like many of you I'm sure are, it stung a little seeing him move to Tampa Bay. And it still stings, but happy to see success for Tom. So we're back here. This is that's a loud whistle by Coach Cameron. This is the 500-yard freestyle. Girardi is in lane 2. Grace Baldassi in lane 3. Nick Yang in lane 5 as you watch these swimmers continue to motor their way through. Finishing up lap 11 here. It is Yang in lane 5. He remains in the lead from the boys' side. On the girls' side, it's Ella Girardi in lane 2, followed by Grace Baldassi in lane 3. So Yang, Girardi, and Baldassi, that's the order here. As you see this, swimmers make their way down to the far end of the pool for the 13th lap here in this 500-yard freestyle as the sun makes its way through the clouds here in East Providence, Rhode Island. And we talk about this a lot, but again, kudos to Susan Pascal and her team here at Pods who have done a great job through this whole pandemic on providing a very safe and clean environment for all of our swimmers to practice and compete in. So I know over the past few months, Pods has been open about 100 hours a week because of all of the different groups that are using Pods for their pool, as well as being open a period of time during the week for lap swim and instruction as well, which is what Pods is known for throughout New England, really. Top-notch instruction to swimmers of all ages, as they have the main, what I'll call 100-yard competition pool on this side, and on the other side of the building is a much smaller heated pool where you can frequently find parents along with their infants and toddlers teaching them how to swim early. So there's the bell. Nick Yang continues to remain in the lead. He's in lane 5. Ella Girardi in lane 2. We're going to focus on Nick Yang here. He's got the lead here. He's going to hit the wall and start the end of his final 25 here in the 500 free. So great job by Nick Yang here in lane 5. Not only will he be the boys' winner, but he will be your overall winner. Ella Girardi. So Yang finishes up. Girardi is in lane 2. She will finish up here. So great job by Ella. And you see in lane 3, Grace Baldassi. She will finish up here as well. So spectacular job by all 3 swimmers here in the 500 free here this afternoon from Pods. And yes, so Brian just did one of his patented whistles that I swear pierced my right eardrum. I won't have any confirmation of that until later tonight, when I probably can't hear. but Brian's whistle beats the electronic whistle any day. So we are moving on to the 200-yard freestyle relay. The girls' team will be Abby Ricard, Hannah Tadros, Emily Seals, and Ella Girardi. The boys' team will be Sawyer Mello, Chris Strykars, Colin Amaral, and Nick Yang. Once again, there is some more confusion here about who is swimming in this event. So Ricard will be in lane 2. Sawyer Mello will be in lane 5. This will be your 200-yard freestyle relay.
The next event will be the 200-yard freestyle relay.
All right. Seems like the officials have been a little lax with DQs here. I did notice a little pretty obvious flinch from Sawyer Mello at the start, but I don't think it was called, so that's spectacular. So you have Mello in lane 5. He'll hand it off to Strykars. Ricard is in lane 2. She'll hand it off to Tadros. Strykars is in the pool here in lane 5. Tadros in lane 2. So Strykars will hand it off to Colin Amaral here in lane 5. Strykars hits the wall. Amaral is in the pool. In lane 2, it will be Hannah Tadros handing it over to Emily Seals here. So let's take a look at this transition. In lane 2 at the top of the pool. Oh, that was a very early start by Seals there, and I do think that is going to result in a DQ on the girls' side. As you see Yang enter the water. So the rule on the relays are the leaving swimmer cannot leave until the hand has touched the wall. And there was quite a bit of time difference there on that one. So Seals finishes up. That's a good transition. She'll hand it over to Ella Girardi. In lane 2. Yang is finished up on the boys' side. As you'll watch Girardi in lane 2. So the official is making his way over to have a conversation with Coach Cameron. So it looks like the team of Ricard, Tadros, Seals, and Girardi is being DQ'd for the false start there, which happens from time to time. Always a tough thing to gauge exactly when that swimmer's hand is going to hit the wall. That's when your feet can leave the blocks. So our next event will be the 100-yard backstroke. Addison Abreu in lane 2, Hannah Baldassi in lane 3, Sawyer Mello in lane 5. I'll tell you, Sawyer gets no rest. Once again in a back-to-back event here. So Abreu in 2, Baldassi in 3, Mello in 5. This is the 100-yard backstroke. So it's a brew to the wall first after the first 50, followed by Baldassi, followed by Mello in lane 5. So your winner will come from lane 2. It will be Addison Abreu coming in first here in the 100-yard backstroke. She'll be followed in lane 3 by Hannah Baldassi, with Sawyer Mello in lane 5 taking the 3rd place position. So great job by all of our backstrokers here. As we'll move into the second to last event of the day, folks, I'll tell you, this is, we're going to be done here in about 46, 47 minutes here this afternoon. This will be the 100-yard breaststroke, which will feature Jayla Pina in, so let's start again. Emily Seals will be in lane 1, Jayla Pina will be in lane 2, Caroline Turen will be in lane 3, and Chris Strykars will be in lane 5. So Seals, Pina, Turen, and Strykars will be your lineup here from the top of your screen to the bottom here in the 100-yard breaststroke. Okay, I don't think the official is ready yet here. So again, Seals in 1, Pina in 2, Turen in 3, and Strykars in lane 5. As you see Coach Cameron giving some coaching here in lane 6 to Addison Abreu. All right, so this is the 100-yard breaststroke. Lane 1, Seals, 2 Pina, 3 Turen, 4 Strykars. So this should be a good race between Strykars and Pina, both very fast breaststrokers. It is Pina to the wall first in lane 2 after the first 25. You'll see Pina still maintains her lead, and you'll see the different styles of breaststroke here, right? So Pina has that very high stroke rate, where Strykars has a little bit more of a longer and smoother stride. Pina is much quicker. And it is Pina to the wall first. Out of lane 2. Strykars is closing the distance here at the end, but it's going to be Jayla Pina, your winner in the 100 breast here. She's in lane 2. Strykars is in lane 5. You see Caroline Turen in lane 3 with Emily Seals in lane 1. They will finish up. So Turen will come in 3rd. Seals will come in 4th here in the 100 breaststroke. It's going to take us to our final event of the day, which is the 400 free relay. There are only girls' entries on this side. Chef Scooby with the phonetic pronunciation of how my name is supposed to be pronounced. So here's the deal with my last name. It is Abreu, right? So it's not Eau. However, there is precedent to say it both ways, right? So you may remember there was a Major League Baseball player for the New York Yankees, Bobby Abreu, and there is also Jeremy Abreu. So you know what, Chef Scooby? Who knows? Maybe the Abreu family has been pronouncing our last name incorrect all these years. Who would have thunk it, right? Who would have thunk it there? So we're moving into the final event of the afternoon. This is the 4 free relay. So Cartwright and Ricard will lead us off in lanes 2 and 3, respectively. The electronic whistle has sounded. We are going to be underway very shortly in our final event of the day, which will be the 400-yard freestyle relay. You'll see Cartwright and Ricard up on the blocks. The lane 2 team will feature Cartwright, Baldassi, Pina, and Abreu. The lane 3 team will feature Ricard, Baldassi, Turen, and Girardi. So after the first 50, it is Cartwright in lane 2 who will hit the wall first and get into her second half 50 here in the 400-yard freestyle relay, followed by Ricard in lane 3. So Cartwright will hand it off to Hannah Baldassi. Hannah is up on the blocks and ready to go here. So let's watch the transition here. Seekonk's had a couple problems with the transitions here this afternoon. Looks like a clean transition from Cartwright to Baldassi. And now Ricard will pass it off to Hannah's sister Grace in lane 3. Another clean transition there in the pool. So you have Hannah Baldassi in lane 2. You have Grace Baldassi in lane 3. As you watch Hannah here in lane 2 finish up her first 50 and make the transition into the second half of her 100. Grace is in lane 3. Approaching the flags here as she'll make her transition into the second half of her 100. But your leaders remain out of lane 2, so it will be Hannah Baldassi transitioning over to Jayla Pina. Pina just swam the breaststroke. Let's see how fatigue plays a role here. Clean transition. Pina leaves once the hand hits the wall. Grace Baldassi will hand it over to Caroline Turen here in lane 3. So let's take a look at this transition. Baldassi to Turen. It's clean. Turen is in the water. As we watch Pina finish up her first 50, she will hand it off to Addison Abreu, who will anchor for team 2, and Turen will hand it off to Ella Girardi, who will anchor for lane 3. So you're watching Pina in lane 2. She'll hand it off to Abreu here. Clean transition. Abreu is in the water as Turen begins her final 50 of her 100. And it certainly has been fun to watch the team of Cartwright, Baldassi, Pina, and Abreu here in this 400 freestyle relay. They've had a few good 400 free relay swims here this year. That looks like they're keeping up their momentum here this afternoon. So in lane 3, you'll see Turen will hand it off to Girardi here, who will anchor this leg. Clean transition. So it's Ella Girardi in lane 3. But it will be the team from lane 2 as you watch Abreu finish up in lane 2. Team of Cartwright, Baldassi, Pina, and Abreu will come in first, followed by the team of Ricard, Baldassi, Turen, and Girardi as you watch Ella Girardi here begin her final 50 here this afternoon. So as we approach 3:20 here on the East Coast, we are going to get you in and out of here in about 50 minutes here this afternoon as you watch Girardi finish up in lane 3. Great job by Ella there. Yes. So that's your race. That's your meet here this afternoon. Just laughing at the comments around the name pronunciations. Chef Scooby, I've been hearing that literally all my life. So like I said, who knows? Maybe we're saying it wrong. I know Bobby Abreu from the Yankees is of Venezuelan descent, and I am of Cuban descent. So maybe it's the maybe that's the difference. The Cuban way is Abreu, the Venezuelan way is Abreu. Who knows? Who knows? But definitely it provides some riveting conversation here this afternoon. So once again, folks, that's going to be a wrap here from Pod Swimming, where your Seekonk High Warriors competed virtually versus Norwell High School. A great meet once again by your Seekonk Warriors. We'll be back here once again next Friday at 2 o'clock. So we certainly appreciate everyone taking the time to join us here this afternoon as the kids are just doing a cool down really in the pool right now. So looking forward, I believe next week may be the last meet or the second to last meet, or next week may even be the conference virtual championships. I don't know, folks. I just show up, live stream, and talk. I don't know anything ahead of time. But once again, thank you for taking the time to join us this afternoon here. I'll certainly get the link out in email to you at some point in the middle of the week, and I'm sure the coaches will give you some more information on the end of season fastly approaching and what the meet will look like next week. So once again, Jeremy Abreu here from Pod Swimming in East Providence, Rhode Island. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us here this afternoon, and we hope you have a good weekend. Go Buccaneers!